Chapter 7. Fasting and the goat sent away were types of Christ. Understanding then, ye children of gladness, that the good Lord has foreshown all things to us, that we might know to whom we ought for everything to render thanksgiving and praise. If therefore the Son of God, who is Lord of all things, and who will judge the living and the dead, suffered that his stroke might give us life, let us believe that the Son of God could not have suffered except for our sakes. Moreover, when fixed to the cross, he had given him to drink vinegar and gall. Hearken now how the priests of the people gave previous indications of this. His commandment having been written, the Lord enjoined that whosoever did not keep the fast should be put to death, because he also himself was to offer in sacrifice for our sin the vessel of the Spirit, in order that the type established in Isaiah when he was offered upon the altar might be fully accomplished. What then says he in the prophet? Quote, and let them eat of the goat which is offered with fasting for all their sins. Unquote. Footnote, not to be found in Scripture, as is the case also with what follows. Hefele, that's Hefele, remarks that, quote, certain false traditions respecting the Jewish rite seem to have prevailed among the Christians of the 2nd century, of which Barnabas here adopts some, so as do Justin, Dialogue C. Tri 40, and Tertullian, Advance Jude 14, Advance Mark 3:7. End of the footnote. Attend carefully, and let all the priests alone eat the inwards unwashed with vinegar. Wherefore, because to me, who am to offer my flesh for the sins of my new people, ye are to give gall with vinegar to drink. Eat ye alone, while the people fast and mourn in sackcloth and ashes. These things were done, that he might show that it was necessary for him to suffer for them. How then ran the commandment? Give your attention. Take 2 goats of goodly aspect and similar to each other, and offer them. And let the priest take one as a burnt offering for sins. And what should they do with the other? Accursed, says he, is the one. Mark how the type of Jesus now comes out. And all of you spit upon it, and pierce it, and encircle its head with scarlet wool, and thus let it be driven out into the wilderness. And when all this has been done, he who bears the goat brings it into the desert, and takes the wool off from it, and places that upon a shrub which is called Rachia. Footnote, in the Codex Index we find Rachel. The orthographic is doubtful, but there is little question that a kind of bramble bush is intended. End of the footnote. Of which also we are accustomed to eat the fruits, when we find them in the field. Of this kind of shrub alone the fruits are sweet. Why then again is this? Give good heed, you see, one upon the altar, and the other accursed. And why do you behold the one that is accursed crown? Because they shall see him then in that day having a scarlet robe about his body down to his feet, and they shall say, is not this he whom we once despised and pierced and mocked and crucified? Truly this is he who then declared himself to be the Son of God. For how like is he to him? With a view of this, he required the goats to be of a goodly aspect and similar, that when they see him then coming, they may be amazed by the likeness of the goat. Behold then the type of Jesus who was to suffer. But why is it that they place the bull in the midst of the thorns? It is a type of Jesus set before the view of the church. They place the bull among thorns, that anyone who wishes to bear it away may find it necessary to suffer much, because a thorn is formidable, and thus obtain it only as the result of suffering. Thus also says he, those who wish to behold me and lay hold of my kingdom must through tribulation and suffering oblige me. Acts 14:22. End of chapter 7.